Hi everyone, welcome to Fresh Face Beauty Bar. Today I am going to be doing a demonstration on aftercare for microblading. So let's get started. First I want to say a couple of reminders just to keep in mind. After your treatment, your brows are going to be darker than what they're going to heal to be. Okay, so if you're happy with the color of your brows, then you might want to go darker on your touch-up. And if you think your brows are too dark right after the treatment, then you're probably going to be really happy with the healed results. Okay. Also, pigment retention is different for everybody. So somebody might retain 40% of their pigment and somebody might retain 75% of their pigment. There's a lot of factors that play into this, skin type being one of them. So if you have oily skin, your pigment is going to push out faster than, say, if you had normal to dry skin. And nobody is going to retain 100% of your pigment. So that is why a touch-up is recommended. And the touch-up is recommended at in between 6 to 10 weeks. So, but if you're happy with your brows after the first treatment and you choose not to get a touch-up, then that's completely fine and that's your decision. Another thing to keep in mind is the healing process. So you're going to go through different phases. Right after your treatment, your brows are going to be dark, and as your body continues to heal, your brows are going to lighten up and it's going to look like they're kind of disappearing. And then as you continue to heal, your color is going to come back through and it's going to be a lot softer than right after you first got the treatment. One major factor in pigment retention is your aftercare. So it's very important that you take it seriously because you are investing a lot of money in this. And if you got to ask yourself, do you want good results or do you want great results? And I'm sure that you want great results. So just take your aftercare seriously and follow it the best that you can. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to show you guys what's in the kit. So first, I just have this little card here and it basically just talks about the aftercare instructions. So if you ever have any questions, you can always refer back to this or you can send me a text. Send me a text and I'll respond to you. A couple of my business cards so you can give to your friends. And these are just some 2x2s. So these should last you for both treatments, but if you run out, you can just use a damp wash rag instead of these. And then I have your reminder card here, and this is just your ointment. This is what the ointment that you'll be placing on your brows when you do the care for them. Okay, so that's what's included in your kit. Okay, so let's get into the actual care of your eyebrows after the treatment. So when you're here, I'm going to put a sealant on your brows and that's going to keep them protected for about 2 hours until you can get home and do the aftercare yourself. Okay, so once you're home and you're going to start cleaning your brows, you want to make sure that you wash your hands first. That's number one, because you don't want to get any bacteria, germs into your eyebrows. Okay, so after you wash your hands, you're going to get your 2x2 and you're going to put some water on it, wring it out. It just needs to be damp. If you want to use soap, you can, but just make sure that you then rinse your brows after with a damp 2x2 that just has water on it. So with your 2x2, you're going to gently wipe your brows in the direction of the hair growth, just like this. And you're going to continue to wipe your brows until you don't see any colored pigment on either the 2x2 or the wash rag. Okay. After that, you're going to let your brows dry a couple seconds. Then you're going to get your ointment and you're going to get the size of a grain of rice on your little finger. You're going to mix it onto both fingers and then you're going to gently apply it over your brows. Okay, so it's very simple. So you're going to do that whole process 2 hours after you leave here, and then again 2 hours before, and then again before you go to bed. So pretty simple. Day 2 through day 4, you're going to do the same exact process, except instead of wiping your brows like this, you're going to just blot them, okay, with a damp 2x2. Then let them dry and again put the ointment on the size of a grain of rice. You're going to do that in the morning, you're going to do that at night before you go to bed, and you're going to do that every 3 hours during the day, okay? Now that is from day 2 to day 4. Day 5 through day 10, you're going to gently clean your brows in the morning and at night, and you're going to apply the ointment throughout the day as needed. So if you feel like your brows are getting dry, if you feel like they're itchy, anything like that, they feel tight, you want to just go ahead and put some ointment on them. Now keep in mind that your skin does heal better in a moist environment. So if you keep the ointment on there, keep them moist, your brows are going to heal a lot better, and you're going to minimize any scarring that you might get otherwise, okay? So that's the cleaning process. Now, some things to avoid. For the first 10 days, you're going to want to do your best to sleep on your back, okay? This is not only good for your pigment retention, but it's also good for any wrinkles or anything like that. So if you're sleeping on your side like this, your pillow is going to rub your pigment out, okay? And that's the last thing we want. We do not want you to rub the pigment out. You also don't want to soak your brows. So if you're taking a shower, you want to do the best that you can to avoid getting your brows wet. You don't want to go swimming or anything like that, okay? You also want to avoid sweating. So try to, if you like going to the gym, you can still go, just make sure you're not doing exercises that are going to make you sweat a lot. Also, don't go into like hot tubs, saunas, jacuzzis, steam rooms, anything like that. You're also going to want to avoid putting any creams or lotions on your brows for the first 10 days, only what is in your aftercare kit. And you also want to make sure that you're protecting your brows from the sun. Keep in mind that your brows have open wounds on them, so there's no protection from the sun. So if you take your skin out into the sun and it's not protected, you are gonna possibly damage your skin, and we don't want that. So just wear a hat or just stay indoors if you can for the first 10 days. And lastly, you want to make sure that you're not picking at your skin, at your scabs. Don't scrub them. If your skin starts to flake off, just let it be and do not pull on it, tug on it, scratch it, scrub it, anything like that. For the first 30 days, you want to make sure that you're not getting facials, no chemical peels. I would wait for waxing and no light therapy. And also, if you use retinol or Retin-A, I would hold off on that for the first 30 days. And then for the duration of your tattoo, so after the 10 days, you want to make sure that you're putting sunblock on your brows, because the sun will fade your pigment. And also for the duration of your tattoo, you want to make sure that you don't use any lasers over your tattoo, because that will also fade the pigment. I think that's all I have for now. So if you guys have any questions, please shoot me a text or give me a call, or you can refer back to your little card here. And I also have some information on my website. But yeah, so thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.